connecting. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, we had to switch Wi-Fi, so we're back online. So far we have VVD. Sorry, the PVV, which is the fascist Dutch party.
Yeah.
It's down on F. We have CDA in D, the Christian conservatives. GroenLinks PVDA is in C for doing nothing. And D66 is also in C for doing nothing. Now, as you mentioned, GroenLinks could have been in B if they were alone, but the old heads, the old guard, institutional players that just kind of enjoy the institution being the institution without changing, in PVDA is dragging them down. So for now, they're in C. All right, now we get to the old kings of the Netherlands, the VVD.
They are quite an
Mark
old party.
Rutte, right?
They are quite an old party as well, yeah.
So, I mean, my big concern, biggest red flag is that the prime minister from this party of the VVD went on to become the head of NATO now. So he's overseeing all the military interventions that Europe and the US is involved in. Very much pro genocide in Gaza. So I don't have much respect for this institution. I think they're a center-right party, which could put them at a comfortable...
used to be a center-right party, but they are not anymore, I think.
They could very easily be in D, but my main issue is that this is like one of the cornerstones, fundamental pillar of Western imperialism. Really, I think if you look at their leadership and the people that back them, you probably will find a lot of very institutionally heavy, a lot of powerful people that really are part of the systemic issue, right? So because of that, I have the urge to put them on F. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, PVD 10 years ago, I would still put them in D. But now not anymore. Now they fully belong in the F category.
Is the same happening in the Netherlands as in Italy or Denmark, where all the centrist parties are running as far right as they can in order to catch up with the new populist far right parties? Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically like what VVD used to be 10 years ago is now CDA. And what PVDA was 10 years ago is now D66.
Okay, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
that's basically it.
Or the other way around. What D66 used to be 10 years ago is what GroenLinks PVDA is now. Yeah. Okay. So VVD, comfortable F. Yeah, 21. This one made me laugh, man. This is a cute little party. Very... very conservative, but so conservative they don't even like the VVD because they're like almost too smart and flashy for them, I guess. And I don't know.
You have to make yourself exclusive, right? So also parties, the splinter parties on the left don't want to associate themselves with GroenLinks PVDA, obviously. You have to differentiate yourself. I don't know too much. I know something about their background, but we will get into it later. I think I don't know too much about them.
What I will tell you is basically they are very much the same as VVD, but they care a lot about shareholders and about investment. So it's like old money party where they really, their biggest things is like getting rid of the inheritance tax and getting rid of taxation on capital gains. So if you invest in something, they don't want any taxes on it, right? So and this is like heavier than your usual conservative party. So for me, look, I'm comfortable putting them at F or D. I don't think they're very pro-Israel. But I don't think that they are. They don't have the same institutional power in terms of driving forward Western empire than the VVD does.
But you do maybe see some of the lobby work behind the scenes that they want to get this small party involved with their capital. How do you say?
Yeah, that I see what you're saying, right? That they can be effective in organizing a certain class in order to get them to pursue this very imperial, free market, elite politics, right?
And they are apparently already in the back door of this party if they propose these kind of things, because you don't propose these things for the electorate.
But that's the difference, is that I don't think they ever present themselves really as an electorate party. They're not populist. They are very straightforward. We are for the betterment of the rich class and making sure that that if you work and invest, you're well paid, and the rest of society doesn't really matter, you know. So in that way, they're funny, they're a bit cute in that sense, that the VVD was too much like optically for the working man, the everyday man, that they
try to present themselves like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They aren't, but
so it's more of an optics thing. You know what? I'm comfortable throwing them down in F.
I was gonna say F is perfectly fine for them.
Okay.
Also, now I remember Annabelle Nannaga is in them.
Yeah,
they deserve F. We will talk about Annabelle later.
Now we're getting, now that we got all the biggest parties off the way, we finally arrived at the hopeful left parties.
A real socialist party.
SP.
So,
yeah, 21 was polling at 8%, so they grew by 7%, taking a lot of the PVV voters.
Yeah.
SP is at 3%. They have not moved since the last election. This is the Socialist Party.
Yeah.
Now, just based off of that, I love it. I would put them at A or B, but we're going to see later in their politics. I don't know much about their specific policy, so we're going to go into it. But that's my reaction. I haven't seen them be super strong on Palestine because I was researching that during the European elections.
Historically, actually, they were the most pro-Palestine party, but now they are not so visible.
Yeah. Exactly. So I don't think they're S tier. I don't think they're really the real thing we need yet, or maybe they were before, but right now I don't think so. So A or B is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think A is a little bit too high, but then on the other hand, B feels a little bit too low.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm undecided a little bit. Do we have like A minus?
No, it's A or B. They have to go in one or the other.
Okay.
Okay. Let's to help you decide. Like, is it that they are generally moving in the right direction, or is it that they're really taking a leadership role in trying to fundamentally redesign things so that we don't have, the issues that we're all suffering from in society? I think that would be A, and S would be doing that effectively as well, like without apology, non-apologetically leading the new left-wing front.
Definitely not S. For sure not. No, well, let's be nice and give them the A, and we will get into the details.
Maybe
later.
They will fall. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Because they do have a pretty strong track record, especially locally. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, sorry, I was reading GroenLinks again. Denk.
Yeah.
This is the Immigrant Rights Party, is what I saw on Google. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I guess
2% polling.
You could
also haven't moved. Yeah.
You could say it like that. That's what they are profiling themselves on mostly, especially now.
Yeah.
They are Muslim background as well. It's not explicit, I think, in some sort of like charter or something, but the two founders are a Turkish Muslim men.
Yeah.
And it was definitely done as a reaction to how these minorities were marginalized in the parliament, specifically at PVDA, because that's where the founders of this party came from before they split off.
So they used to be in PVDA, but then they split off. Okay, so that already makes me feel a bit more comfortable with them.
Because they kicked the PVDA.
Because they went out of PVDA.
yeah.
Like these might the feeling I get is that they did not want to compromise on their morality when it came to immigration, and therefore they had to split from the center left, which is more and more leaning towards social conservatism on immigration, and sometimes even economic conservatism, right? Yeah,
especially PVDA, because they played such a big role after 2008 with the restructuring of the banks.
Right.
They were really essential in that, and they did what a right winger would do, or a conservative Margaret Thatcher kind of vibe.
Yeah, so I would put them in B. I don't see them being like, again, socialism is more of an answer than immigrant rights for me. I think immigrant rights needs to be a part of socialism.
Yeah.
It is if you read any socialist politics, but I wouldn't put them at the same level as SP, but I definitely think they're better than PVDA GroenLinks.
There's some parts where I like them more than SP, but SP has a track record, like I said, and Denk Not so much. They didn't really show us that they are capable of doing anything yet. So they don't deserve to be in the same spot as SP for me. No.
Okay, so we're gonna put them up in B. And then we have PVDA.
Yes,
right?
The
Very
party
confusing.
Of the animals.
PVDA, PVDD.
Yes.
Now, I am a simp. I saw her with the Palestine shirt speaking to the parliament, saying some very nice things, and I thought, okay, fuck it, I love this. Let's do it. Every time I read through their charter, they are step in step with the socialist policies, if not even more sometimes. It's very hard to see a difference in their charters. And the only extra thing they add on top is friendly branding for everyone who doesn't like the word socialism, right? So I think that's quite clever.
Yeah.
And that they're for animal rights, obviously. It's in the name. That's the only difference. So without knowing the history of what they've done or any dirty thing in the
They
back,
are quite new.
Yeah.
So they don't have that much history. Yeah.
I would say I'm very happy putting these at A, and for me, they're almost an S tier party.
Yeah, the thing that I disagree with now most with this party is, and why I'm not voting for them, is because they agree also to the 5% NATO.
Then they cannot go to S.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's a simple. Yeah.
Well, we can talk about it later, but that's what they did, and so then for me the S is excluded, and yes, also I cannot vote for you. Yeah. But they do have. Their ideology has been solid from the beginning. Now Palestine is attached to it, sort of.
Yeah.
Right? But it fits with their whole messaging. It's consistent. And they don't have any crazy scandals or like people with interest in places that you don't like.
I actually, when I first saw this party, I thought, what the hell? Why is this party as popular as a socialist party? Like, why am I going to vote? Like, just to give you some context, I was coming from the outside, having to vote for Dutch parties in the European elections, right? Because once you live here, you cannot vote for the Danish parties. You have to vote for the Dutch parties in order to participate in the European democracy. So I had to really sit down and look through all of these parties. And I was just so dumbfounded. I was like, what is this? Why is the Animal Party? And then the more I looked into it, I was like, oh my God, this is just the real socialist party with different branding. And I thought that's actually genius, because the fact that you're not taken seriously, you can use to your advantage. You will be infiltrated less. And if you still advocate for very solid social and economic policies, you can actually gain a lot of popularity. And now they are step in step with the Socialist Party. So... yeah.
They got a bit of luck that they had a solid base for 1 or 2 seats with just the animal part, which no one else was doing. And then you have a very convicted kind of base, because the people who vote for this, they will keep voting for animal rights their whole life.
Amazing. No, I love the strategy. I love the again, very, very much. I wish there were more anti-imperial, I guess, but that is really the last step that is always hard. So... I'm gonna place them in A, unless you wanna put them down in B.
No, they do deserve A. Yeah.
Fantastic. Volt, the demons of the last hour.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man! I almost worked for them. Can you imagine? I was gonna apply to work for them.
Yeah.
They're polling at 2% as well. All of these smaller parties are basically at 2% or less. Listen, it was. As a young person, Volt was meant to be the big hope.
Yeah.
It was what was going to change Europe.
Yeah.
We were going to create one European federation on social democratic values, on anti-war values.
But you have to remember that at that time, when I heard social democrat, I didn't get chicken skin on my back yet. Yeah. And now I do.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is also a change maybe in us more than a change in this party. But yeah.
No, it's also a change in the party, I think. Like when I read their first charter, that when they just announced, what they said was, we don't want to be part of America's sphere of influence or China's sphere of influence either. No to both. And I had never in my life seen a European party, apart from the communist parties, directly call out that they don't want to be under America, right? Yeah. The problem with all of these parties you see here is that they're all simps for America and American empire, and including the Animal Party. But Volt was the first one that said, no, young people do not want to be part of the American empire. And it was right as Trump got elected. And I thought, fantastic.
Yeah.
Finally. And now they've done a 180. Now they are way too Zionist for me. They betrayed the Palestinian cause in many key moments.
But we've been voting against sending weapons to Israel ever since the moment we found out that we don't send Iron Dome parts.
Right.
Which was a few months ago.
Right.
And there has been no voting since. Yes.
Look, honestly, their public record.
I'm really so hurt about it. I'm like petty about it. Yeah, like I have to keep repeating it, like how they are also falsely presenting themselves. This is what I really dislike. Yeah. If you want to send weapons to Israel, just say you want it. Yeah. But don't go parading around the country, joining protests, acting as a like progressive you're pro-Palestine.
Yeah.
And then when we look at your voting behavior, it turns out that you are not voting for weapons embargoes.
Absolute
What's going on?
Yeah. No, honestly, exactly. Their public agenda, if we were to just read it, would land them in B, I think, or even A.
Yeah.
But not actually, no. Their new agenda now, even the public one, is a bit atrocious. Okay. Yeah. So B or C, I would say. But the fact that they are traitors and that we have inside knowledge of Wasim being part of their groundworks in the Netherlands and how he got betrayed for being pro-Palestine, that betrayal, for me, it just highlights that they are more than anything a fake opposition party, a controlled opposition party that unfortunately has been infiltrated or was always meant to be that. I don't know which it is, but as things stand right now, they are fascist cosplaying as a progressive alternative, and they will never lead to any real change. So,
like D66, but Europe-wide. For me, they are like very similar to D66.
Yeah. I would land them, like again, their public agenda would land them in B or C. I think because of this
betrayal,
malpractice that they have of, derailing the left. D.
Yeah.
Easy D for me. Yeah. Let's go by one.
By A.
By A. What is this? You tell me. I didn't research.
Yeah. You don't know anything about them.
I see them in a lot of good places,
but
they never show up in the polls, and I didn't vote for them last time. I don't think they ran for European elections, so that's why I didn't.
I skipped one election, so I'm not sure that I got that one as well.
Oh, shame.
Yeah.
But in the European elections, I'll be honest, I voted for the Communist Party because they were the only ones. This was 4 months into the genocide. They were the only ones being unapologetically pro-Palestine. The Socialist Party was still doing half-half.
Yeah.
So I couldn't vote for them. I would have wanted to. I'm not necessarily a communist, but when there's a genocide going on, I will vote for the only party standing up to stop it. So that at the time, that was the Communist Party. Yeah.
Yeah. What's there to be said about Bahrain?
Yeah, are they? What makes them
they
different?
had a seat, right? They had a seat, and then they lost it, and now they are going for the. She's making a comeback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did the album, then she did the tour, and then she did the flop album, and now she's coming back.
Is this the party you vote for usually?
I've never voted for them before. This time I think I am. I'm still split between voting by Ain or Pirate Party. They are not on our list.
Yeah.
Because also they have never had a seat.
That was the other one in the European Parliament that made me laugh. I have never in my life seen a pirate. But then I researched it a bit, and we actually had a conversation around it, the legacy of the pirates and how they were instrumental in collapsing the old European empires before it became new imperialism. But yeah, what is by one, and then maybe tell me a little bit about the pirate.
Yeah, so it was founded by Sylvana Simons, which is a Dutch celebrity who started out as a video jockey on a video clip channel, TMF.
Okay.
So she started just because she was a good-looking black young woman who could introduce like R&B and soul music for this channel, right? And after that, she stayed in the media sphere for some bit, made a kind of name for herself, also married a guy that's pretty rich, Mr. Khan, the owner of Coolcat. Coolcat doesn't exist anymore, I think, but he's still rich.
But policy-wise, like, what are they putting forward? Sorry.
Yeah. I wanted to do the whole backstory. Sorry. We will do the backstory later. Right now, how they are profiling themselves, which also they did before already, is just like inclusiveness without limits, right?
Okay.
So everything and everyone is welcome. So it's from Muslim, Orthodox to the people in Suriname that live here in Amsterdam is also a part of their base, which they pander to, and then also the whole LGBT.
So are they kind of dank, or is it more emphasis on the people that are not immigrants, but second generation, just diversity within the already existing base of Dutch citizens, I guess?
So I think the major difference between Denk and Bijeen, because they do have quite a lot of overlap in this aspect, is that Denk has the more conservative values in it as well from the founders.
Okay.
Personally, I think this is the reason there was recently a conflict within Denk.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think that's the reason for the conflict that was there recently.
Okay, so Bijeen is very progressive. Economically, are they...
Radically progressive.
Radically progressive as well?
Anti-capitalist.
Nice.
Yeah. They are like full on like, no, we need to destroy this whole system and found a new one.
And what about NATO?
Anti-NATO. They
are
one of the only parties that are like, no, not the NATO, not the 5%.
Shame on me for not finding out about these guys properly before. Hey, I'm ready. You've convinced me to put them in S tier.
Yeah. They are the S tier right now, even though they don't have a track record. The party can be a mess sometimes, as I hear, but this is the only thing we can really vote for in this country at this time.
Okay, you said the party's a mess. I'm a bit skeptical of putting them in S just because of that.
Because of what?
That the party is a mess. Like, are they bad at organizing? Why can they not get more seats?
Yeah, they had some internal conflicts, I guess, and there was some drama involved. I don't know the details about it. I was not involved, but I heard that there was... This is what you get sometimes in the more progressive and inclusive spaces. You get conflict because there's also the more conservative voice. And then there's also this woman who's saying, this person touched me in the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And I want you to fully defend me because we are also radical feminist. So you have to believe me. And these people, they saw discontent between members, right? Because anyone can make these accusations then.
Yeah, it's hard. Okay, I'm going to put them in S. You've convinced me. And look, Communist Party, easily for me to put them in S. But they are refusing to run in the elections, these dickheads, sorry. But I cannot accept this. I just cannot accept this. How are we going to fight for change if you are afraid to get power? I mean, what is this? I understand that they said we cannot run for elections because then we're going to get corrupted by the system and eventually become the system. Okay. But at the same time, if you do not, like, you're supposed to do everything, not only some things, Run for power and do your pressure outside of the system, but do both.
Yeah.
Do both at once. Attack on both ends, because otherwise we're never going to get anywhere. So I am so disappointed. I was happy to vote for them in the
They
European
did run
elections.
in the European elections then. Okay.
But not in the Dutch elections. So for me, I'm putting them on a D. Just for punishment for not running.
You're being harsh, but
they're not in.
Well, they're not in anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Or what? Do you disagree with my?
No, they kind of played themselves, right? They excluded themselves.
Yeah.
So then you don't get a spot.
I'm sorry. This is the moment when people are. Yeah. Young people are so fed up with the system. Yeah. Everyone is disillusioned, and they're open to radical ideas. Come and present it. Yeah. Come and present it. I mean, what are you doing not taking part?
When her name is Nash, I guess, on Novara Media. She is an open, proud communist, and she talks. She makes her policy clear about what she thinks, how it should be done, and it resonates so much with people.
Yeah, the DSA has never had more members. The Communist Party in London and in the UK, both of them are have never had more members. Like, these movements are growing, and you are a coward. You are a coward if you don't participate. Come on, man. Okay, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you're going straight down to D.
Together with Volt, I say, for shame.
It's kind of the same, right? It's like Volt is like you're gathering all this left momentum and then you're sabotaging.
Yeah.
Like to be fair, I think NCPN is doing it for different reasons, but I fully see this as a sign of sabotage. You need to go and you need to run and you need to say, no, democratically speaking, we're gonna win votes and we're gonna push the change. And also, just being on the ballot radically shifts the window to the left because you are, in theory, the only counterweight to the PVV, you know? So that's a requirement. Even optically speaking, there needs to be the two extremes present. Otherwise, instantly, the whole thing starts to shift to the right.
Yeah, that's what went wrong over these past 10, 20 years. That everybody moved to the right with the more right-wing parties, and that's how we ended up in this situation. So
so I'm very annoyed at them.
Definitely, we need the counterweight for sure.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go into 5 different topics now, and we're gonna talk about immigration to begin with. Then we have housing. Then we have welfare, the economy, and then foreign politics, which is the NATO and everything. I'm gonna click record on this camera quickly. Or do you mind doing it actually?
Yeah, no, I can do it. Set the demographic balance.
Exactly.
So they are just fascist.
Because they're saying we need race purity in order to have cohesion. No, cohesion comes from welfare. Cohesion comes from people doing good. For having the liberty, the availability of resources to be able to think about other people and their neighbors. Poverty is what is ruining social cohesion. Commodification of everything is what is ruining social cohesion. Replacement of culture with consumerism, that is what is ruining social cohesion. So,
and they have no cultural ideology or ideology in that sense in any way. So they are just
For me, this is an easy D as well.
For sure.
I am getting a bit nervous now that we should put GroenLinks in C.
Yeah, maybe they do deserve the C.
Just for saying humane, I guess.
Yeah, just for using the word humane.
And still they're not in the top half, you know, so they're still visibly negative, you know, they're in the bottom half. But I do think it's worth making a difference between these two, right? Okay, VVD, stricter immigration, enhanced border security, basically the same as CDA.
Yeah.
They're all
a lot of difference.
Yeah, they're on the same line. JA21, all of these have the exact same policy, by the way. Strict border control, reducing a lot the immigrations. The only difference is PVV is saying don't reduce it, stop it completely, and don't enhance border security, but militarize it fully. So it's just a slightly more extreme.
They tried enhancing it. Did we notice anything about it?
Of course, people will come because they're fleeing death again. This, I think, goes straight to D as well. This one might even be F, but I think, I'll keep it in D. If
D is good enough for them. They can still
become
screw
worse.
up in different aspects. So
SP, fair asylum policy, protection of refugee rights, increase welfare system for immigration. Okay.
Yeah. So
but the only thing is they say fair. Asylum policy, as in balanced. You know, like it needs to be that we have some, but we cannot get too many. So there's still a little bit in that weird gray zone. I think they're between C and B, but I'm very reluctant to put them in B here.
I thought because they explicitly say protecting refugee rights, for me, then you're referring to these kind of treaties that we have. And if we follow those, but following those treaties means you cannot reduce the number of immigrants.
Right. So let's put them in B.
If they say we follow these rights and these rules, but we also want to reduce them, they're contradicting themselves and deserve a C.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they just follow the treaties, then it's B. I guess. Yeah.
Okay, let's put them in B. I think, as I said, until you describe the core issues, we cannot put you in a high bracket.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're doing the bare minimum in terms of once these atrocities have happened, trying to, combat them once the atrocities have happened and people are fleeing, trying to treat those people fleeing humanely, right?
Yeah. But I guess like even having to say we should protect refugee rights is so crazy that you would have to mention it. It says a lot.
Yeah. Denk has basically the same policy, by the way. So they're saying the same thing. I'm happy putting them in B as well because I don't hear them being anti-imperial.
Not explicitly, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to put them in B. Animal Party, PVDA, humane asylum policy, protection of immigrant rights. Again, they're all saying the same line, but
nobody is saying we should fight this negative framing or we should stop the flow of migrants by stopping imperialist wars.
Yeah.
Nobody is saying that.
No one is saying that, and that's the
so
part that
nobody
really
deserves A or S.
That's so then it just you land in B.
Yeah.
And this is the part that is so frustrating because the lack of social cohesion and the suffering of the general people, as we always say, that is a real thing. But it does not come from immigration. And until you start addressing these things fundamentally, the right wing will always have a better answer optically. Not in theory or in practically speaking, but in a debate, they will sound more put together. They will sound more serious because they're saying everything is collapsing and we need to fix it. And meanwhile, we're saying, no, just give them human rights. It's like, hey.
Well, but at the same time saying, yes, this is a problem. It might be collapsing a bit. And but we don't really want to offer a solution for it.
Yeah.
But we do recognize the problem. That's weird.
Yeah.
And so they cannot even formulate a solution, right?
Yeah.
Until they start addressing the real issue. And then they will hopefully deflate this fascist talking point easily, but they are still not doing it. Not even Denk, not even PVDA. Yeah.
Then we have Volt, the demons of the left. Balanced immigration, emphasizing integration and social cohesion. So instead of rights, they go for integration. So they're not even saying, immigrant rights, asylum rights. So for me, this lands them in C or, I guess C. C is pretty easy.
Yeah, they had balanced, which is think similar to C is fine. C or D, but they're not a lot better than the others.
Yeah, I would even put them in D because they're talking more about, they don't want to militarize the border or anything. So
good.
C. All right, by one, I have no notes. By één, so you're going to have to tell me. Do you know?
I didn't read the Verkiezingsprogramma. No.
Let's. I'm gonna assume
but
that
their general point is that they are against the racist kind of framing.
But they are anti-NATO, you said, or at least not participating in these wars. So maybe they get an
anti-capitalist, anti-militaristic. Yeah.
They anti-capitalist, anti-militarism. This is now going in the right direction.
Yeah.
In terms of
they do have those, but that's what they are communicating.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
I would put them in A then.
It's just so hard because you don't have any. It's just words for now. They can just say it for free, and it doesn't cost them anything. Right. But at least they are using the words. Yes.
So on immigration, fine. Let's put them in A. I feel like some of these snuck through to B, but you know what? We'll leave it for now. Like I don't like that the immigration board looks very similar to the overall board.
Okay.
Overall, it should be worse, like, yeah. I'm thinking.
Isn't it partly because the GroenLinks PVDA is so wide?
Yeah, it could be that because it's so big. Yeah. And let's remember again that C is still negative, right?
Yeah.
Like C, D, they're all bad. Okay. Cool. The Communist Party, I'm gonna start ignoring it now because they're not participating. So they don't have a manifesto.
They don't have a.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this.
I must say, pretty bad of me to not read the Verkiezingsprogramma of By één entirely, but I just go of what's now the public communication that they have.
Yeah.
And what they what they say they stand for, and they are communicating anti-capitalist, anti-militaristic.
Fair enough.
That's what they're saying, and I will take their word for it because nobody else is even saying it. So, yeah.
Fair enough. It's better to at least have the platitudes there, right? Or at least discuss it, let's say.
Yeah.
All right. Next issue is housing. Big one. I think, by the way, this is my own bias, so I put what I thought was most important, but also what I think people are discussing the most. Immigration just is what people are talking about the most, and I thought it was a good way to showcase how none of these parties are serious about their solutions. Now housing,
and now we will see the same issue with housing.
Yes. Really quick note on immigration. All of these parties down here, for any of the conservative people watching, I'm not even putting them down here necessarily because they want to be inhumane towards migration. It's just that if you want to stop people from having to be refugees, you have to stop these imperialist policies, and all of these parties are the strongest in favor of these imperialist policies. They want to bomb more countries. They want to create more refugees. So obviously they're going to come to Europe, as long as Europe is a nice place to live.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So the problem will solve itself.
Eventually, yeah. Eventually the Europeans will be fleeing, let's be honest. PVV. They have a national crisis plan focusing on increasing construction, reducing rents, and simplifying regulations. I hate this, man. I'm sorry, but simplifying regulations. I mean, actually, I don't hate it. It's okay. I just hate when that's the only focus of the right wing. It's like, hey, just get rid of regulations and everyone's going to build houses for free. You know, like you're going to be able to live in them cheaply.
Yeah.
They want to enable housing corporations to build 67,000 new middle rent homes by simplifying European state aid rules. So the European Union has rules in terms of what you can invest in as a state. I don't know if you knew this, and one of those rules is that you cannot freely build all the public housing that you want. And the Netherlands is the country in Europe with the most amount of public housing.
You might endanger all those investors who build all these nice apartments.
Exactly, across Europe.
And we can't have that.
You might destabilize the European housing market in the sense that the shareholders, no, this is the reality, will lose their money.
Yeah.
Or their potential money, you know, they're going to lose their gains. So that's an interesting one. Being a bit more, this is where he, I think, differs from someone like the Ja21 or the VVD, because they're being anti-EU here, anti-shareholder, right? But yeah, that's an interesting one. And then the last one, reducing bureaucracy by limiting objections to approved zoning plans, eliminating mandatory sustainability requirements like mandatory heating pumps, for example.
But these things will be so difficult because there's this new kind of ruimtelijke ordening, what do you call it? Like zoning kind of regulation law that's supposed to replace the old one we have.
Yeah.
That has been in the implementation phase for at least 5 years now, I think, and been postponed. And it's gonna be impossible to do anything about it because we're like halfway into implementing this new way of doing it. So it's
I would say there's some interesting things here, but it doesn't go far enough. There's no direct funding there's no taxpayer money being used to build houses. There is no rent controls. There is no challenge to the idea that you should be able to speculate on houses. Now, the one thing is he's challenging, for example, the limitations we have from the EU on investing in housing, which is anti-speculation, but not fundamentally, just on the edges, you know? So because of that...
Yeah, he's not talking about dismantling this whole system of investors being landlords.
Yeah, he's just saying, okay, guys, you already have your whole system where you're making money. Let's not exaggerate.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's now take some of it so we can just build for the people.
Exactly.
We can make them a little bit happy during our term, and then after that, you can go back to what you were doing before.
Exactly. So I would put them down in the...
Don't they have anything about migrants when it comes to housing?
Yeah, I mean, so their solution is to stop migration for more housing. Okay. That's their main solution, to be honest. Okay. So for me, this goes to a C C or D, to be honest. I think this is one of the points where they're actually not terrible.
Yeah, well, the point about the EU regulations and that's a good one. I think we should do that. So at least they have some good points.
Okay.
Yeah.
GroenLinks, PVDA.
For this one, I actually read the housing section.
Oh, go ahead. You can talk, but I'm gonna replace the battery here. But I'll listen to
you. Well, it's not that special what they wrote down. That's the whole point. They named this number. We want to build, I think it's like 40,000 or something like that, arbitrary number houses per year. And I didn't see any concrete idea of how you're going to do this. Apart from saying that they want to make the urban areas that are already existing, make them more dense and not build or make new population centers. The problem is that this has been the policy for over 30 years. This is not a new policy. Stedelijke verdichting is what they call it. And it's part of the problem why we're not building new houses, because it all has to be within the zones that are already there, that are already designated for living. And well, we do need to seriously consider offering some of the agricultural land to build houses. They do mention it.
Yeah.
But then they say, first we need to try stedelijke verdichting, which we tried for 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on the positive note, though, address land speculation and vacant properties through taxation and vacant, so places that have no one living in them, through taxation and the reintroduction of squatting rights for long-term empty buildings.
I do like the squatting rights.
Yeah, I think they have a little bit here that is nice.
That's a lot more radical than I expected them to be.
Yeah. So again, that's fighting on the core value of speculation, right? Which I think is very important.
Yeah.
So in this case, I think they go further than PVV. Now I would have to see these taxations be very aggressive, and more than that, again, they're not mentioning directly the dismantling of speculation as a whole.
Yeah, so they're not talking about like how do you call it? Land redistribution kind of things, which bijeen does.
Yeah. Exactly.
We'll get there.
So this goes into B for me. Taxation, I welcome it with open hands. Tax empty buildings. If you're speculating on housing, you're a parasite. And we need to tax the living hell out of you.
And still don't forget that in 2008, after the housing bubble, PVDA was the party that participated in bailing out these parties. So,
right.
I mean, their hands are kind of dirty on this subject.
Yeah, we cannot forget that. That's true. Look, CDA, construction of 30 large-scale residential areas. Reducing regulation, again. And rewarding municipalities that achieve a high housing production.
Reward them how?
Yeah,
more money.
Yeah, more money.
Okay.
So this is fluff. For me. This sounds like fluff. I'm sorry.
They are trying to avoid speaking about sacrificing agricultural land because a lot of their base is farmers.
Yeah, reduce regulation. Look, that's beautiful, but it's not the solution. I'm sorry. And also then, you reduce regulation for the same corporations to come in and build luxury condos for investment purposes. Like, again, it's all speculation. So this is going in D for me.
I mean, regulation does obstruct building plans, I guess, especially the kind of procedures that people can start against a new building project, and they delay the project for a long time. It's good if this would be removed or reduced somewhat, but that's not the solution. Like we need active, subsidizing or promoting of certain kind of buildings and not just deregulation.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in D if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does D66 have a point about housing? I'm really curious.
Oops. Okay, they have basically the same. So building 10 new large-scale residential areas.
10?
Such as the proposed Valley in Flevoland. And the party advocates for appointing construction's boss with a decision-making authority to expedite housing projects and reduce bureaucracy delays.
So they want to make a new institution to reduce bureaucracy?
And to start building housing.
Oh, it could work. If they can just rubber stamp building plans and
get them
extradite them, then it could work.
I think this is more or less the same as C, right? Like as PVV. They're trying to build a little bit. They're not fundamentally changing anything. But at least they want to build more houses. So for me, this goes into the C range, I would say.
Yeah.
VVD. Oh my God.
You will never own a home, you peasant.
I was gonna say that this might be the most positive one.
Ah, really?
No, not VVD, but housing, because it's such a desperate issue that everyone agrees we need to at least build more houses, right?
Yeah.
VVD, market-driven solutions for housing development, aiming to increase the supply through private sector investment. Yeah.
We all know this worked so well. Margaret Thatcher proved all of this. This theory is so... Wow.
Tax breaks on housing construction. Nice. And encourage home ownership through low mortgage rates. Listen, this is not going to solve anything.
No. This is just giving more benefits to people that already own homes.
Yeah.
And giving more benefits to construction companies and development companies.
Again, who all construct for elite speculation. This is not home ownership for you and me, you know? This is going in F tier for me. This is
this is the worst.
This is what created the problem, and we're going to do more of it. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. 21, the exact same. The exact same. There's actually not really a difference. So this is going straight in F.
Good.
Again, these are the exact systems that created the problem. They want to go further down that road in order to solve the problem. Yeah, good luck, man. SP, they want to construct 30,000 new public housing units. So these are specifically public housing. They want rent controls to make housing more affordable. Really welcome that. And they want wealth redistribution to reduce inequality in housing access. So they're looking more systemically. We need people to have more money, right?
At least some redistribution. That's nice.
So this one, similar to B, maybe a bit higher.
Yeah, I'm thinking like A does sound a little bit high still because it's not so fleshed out and that much, but at least it sounds better than what I read from GroenLinks PVDA.
Yeah, also like rent controls, that is something that stops speculation. That is saying, hey...
But we do have rent controls.
Yeah, but very weak, I would say.
Actually, they are quite strong. But the problem is that people don't go through the process because they are so desperate for housing that they accept higher rents. And then they don't want to be kicked out within a year, so they don't make a fuss about the price. But in reality, there are a lot of things are priced above the legal limits.
I know. I have personal stories of people that could easily go through the process and get their numbers down, but the landlord says, "But I'm gonna kick you out because somebody else would very willingly accept this price, and I wouldn't have to go through this trouble."
Then you have two options: or you do it after you get kicked out, you try to get the money back, or you wait until you get a long-term contract and then you start to make the issue. But it doesn't work.
Yeah. So,
but we do have rent controls, very solid, definitive, well described. Do you know how it works? It's really funny.
Yeah, the point plan, right?
Yeah, you get points.
Yeah.
Like the amount of square footage with tiles determines the square footage of bathroom space, for example, and that factors into the price. And that's why sometimes you have houses where they have the tiles up to here, because the tiles have to be 50 centimeters from the floor. Yeah. And then it counts as bathroom space.
Right.
And you can increase the price.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Let's maybe let's put it at B then. They're not going far enough then, I guess. Or would you put it above?
No, let's do B.
Yeah, I think B is fair enough. Damn, the Socialist Party with a B. Well, I would say they're specifically looking at public housing, which
that does make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hey, 30,000 public housing, but 30,000 is not that many.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not that many.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, because GroenLinks PVDA, they promise more, but they don't specify public.
Yeah, you know what? Let's keep it at B. If it was like 200,000 public housing, then okay, fine. Denk, combat discrimination in housing allocation.
Nice, but how?
Like, look, that's beautiful, but we need radical change. We cannot. This is again around the edges for me.
And that's their only point about housing?
That was their main point.
Their main point.
Yeah.
Well, then they deserve F tier for this one.
Yeah, D or F, I would say. Yeah,
like it is an issue, but it's like just a side issue. And if you have enough housing, then you don't have problems with discrimination in housing as well.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. This might be malinformed because it's very short, but this is the main points that, like, I took out the main points. Let's say. So,
well, then let's do D.
Let's do D.
Let's be nice. A little bit, but it sounds not so good.
No, exactly. Like all the other parties have big bullet points around this many houses or whatever, you know. Animal Party, construction of sustainable and environmentally friendly housing, integrating animal welfare constructions into housing development policies, and green urban city planning for biodiversity and environmental sustainability.
This sounds like it will reduce the amount of housing units.
Yeah, I don't know. This is again like saying...
I get it, but...
None of this is addressing the issue, you know. On this sense, they are not as... I think they've actually become less socialist, you know. This for me is a C or a D as well, to be honest.
Yeah, this is more the like eco-elite kind of thing speaking, right? Where these people, you can afford this renewable home, but the poor person doesn't even have a home.
Like if you were to build this and say this is public housing that will be renewable, perfect. If you were to say this is nationalized housing that is fully free, perfect. Like these are solutions that could work.
Yeah.
But if you're just saying that when we build the existing housing using the existing housing policies, then they need to, like, I'm sorry, but
that's gonna screw a lot of people over even more. So maybe they deserve F for this one.
Yeah, I'm thinking D or
F.
D or F. I mean, there is something here about building more houses. They're gonna be environmentally friendly, but I need them to be public. Or at least regulated, you know, and you're not challenging the system. So, what are we saying? D or F?
I want to say F.
F, okay.
Damn, because they actually sound like they're gonna make the problem worse. I shouldn't do that. No, they sound like they're gonna make it worse. So when it comes to housing, no, it's not good enough. Sorry.
Damn. Okay. And last one, Volt. Oh my God. Or not. We also have by one, but. European approach to housing development, emphasizing cross-border cooperation, sustainable housing development practices, adopting new construction technologies, modular housing designs, and digital platforms to streamline housing processes and improve efficiency. Homie, what?
Well, there is a way in which this would work if you would then also do the land redistribution, and we could just cooperate online, buying parcels together, building modular homes together on an online platform. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but what you're saying is the cheap homes will now be modular. That's not... The homes are not becoming cheaper because of that. No, this is ridiculous for me. This is terrible. This is D or F.
It's like trying to put a technology dressing on top of a shit cake.
Yeah, exactly.
And then being like, we solved it. No.
Yeah, no. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying F?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, maybe D.
Maybe D.
Because it doesn't make it actively worse, like PVDA.
Yeah.
But
I will say in PVDA, like, they're not necessarily restricting existing houses. Just in new houses, they want to implement all these things. Okay, fine. Explain to me how buy one is better, because you said...
Yeah, so buy one, in a recent video, at least on Instagram, they addressed the fact that, the land in this country, a lot of it's owned by private property, by private investors who are making a lot of money from...
The core problem,
from it. And... this is exploitative to the people, and we should be using the land to build housing for people that live in our country, which is a radical idea, apparently. So they do want to, they said, at least in this video, that they want to, they want to do land redistribution. So they want to take back land from private investors to build homes.
Amazing. Yeah. That's what we need. This is A tier for me, I would say.
And it's just words, but at least that's what they say.
Look, I would put you in S if you
do it next year,
or if it was more radical, and you say we're fully gonna make it illegal to speculate on houses. But combating it by doing land reform, that's pretty nice. Let's put that in a comfortable A position there.
And the Communist Party, they want to give all the land to the farmers, right?
I don't know. They don't have a charter, so I couldn't look. Okay. I'm going to give you an option. Do you want to look at welfare or the economy? What do you think?
Let's do economy.
Economy?
Because welfare is part of economy in a way, so
okay,
it will be more broad.
So then I'm going to skip the main welfare part. We go straight to economy. Okay, PVV, lower tax burden on households, no program or proposals to increase taxes on the highest earners, and cutting VAT on food.
Well, wait. So a decrease
in taxes
for households.
Yeah, but that usually means the rich. Let's be honest. And they want to cut all sales tax on food, so to 0.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean,
I guess it's kind of meaningless.
I don't know. The VAT on food, I like it. I think some essentials, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're also saying increase welfare spending, expanding healthcare coverage to include dental. So I think that's quite nice.
That's good.
But they also want to cut education budgets, particularly in higher education. And their main point on the economy is to restrict immigration. So
the end all be all.
Yeah. Look, it's not terrible, but the lower taxation, this is a dog whistle to more capitalist policies, more elitist policies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not buying it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, for me, falls in C. It could... Look, dental in the healthcare coverage, sure,
good.
But it's not public healthcare.
Yeah, it's small fry still. It's just such a small thing, on the bigger scale.
And you want to cut education, it's really a mixed bag of fake populist policies that he will probably not follow through on, and then just the most anarcho-capitalist policies that he will follow through on, C? C, okay. Then we go to CDA, GroenLinks. GroenLinks. Significant investments in healthcare and education to reduce inequality. They want to include dental, visuals, physiotherapy, children's glasses, speech, and so on, and contraception within basic health insurance. Free access to higher education and increased funding for research. Comprehensive healthcare reforms to ensure accessibility for all.
Where did they find this magic bag of money? And they will also invest into the military, right?
Yeah,
so,
and
this also. Okay,
but
perfect.
Let's look at the money part. So focusing on boosting purchasing power and real disposable income through higher wages, support for households facing high rent, energy, health costs, so subsidies, and wealth should be taxed more fairly to finance social spending and affordability. Look,
the last part's nice.
I think this is actually almost a complete package because you're taxing wealth, step 1, right?
Yeah.
And you're putting that in education, healthcare, and social programs. But you're not, the only limitation is that you're not changing the system and challenging the capitalist rule, let's say. Yeah,
that's what I was, because they say support households with high rents and high energy costs. Can we just make sure we have affordable housing and energy?
Exactly.
Instead of
supplementing
people who are in poverty because of these high costs.
This is classic social democracy, right? This is kind of why the West failed, is because you had this this is the Marxist critique of social democracy is they will never get rid of the problems. They will only put band-aids on them. Yeah. Now, look, in terms of band-aids, these are some pretty strong band-aids.
Yeah.
And I do think it would make a lot of people's lives better, but it will not reform the system. And eventually, on the money issue, you're going to run out of money if you don't reform how money is distributed fundamentally, right?
I mean, they are talking about some of these things that were taken out of basic coverage, like dental and physiotherapy, because they are one of the most expensive groups
right
within healthcare costs. So putting these back is not like you do it like that and it's just a drop on the no, it's really still, one of the bigger.
I have Dutch healthcare, and one of the main reasons I haven't gone to a dentist in a few years is because it costs money. Like, it's not encouraging, you know. I don't know if you can see on my teeth, but the moment that's included in my basic healthcare plan, I'm gonna go to see a dentist. You know, like
But you're just gonna be paying for it, like, in a different way.
More or less. I mean, if it's part of the healthcare basic package, they should cover it, right?
Yeah, so, true, but your premium will probably go up as well. Yeah. That's the whole problem with this privatized
true. Until you get rid of the private healthcare system, I don't like
it. They can determine the price. So if they just say next year it's 50 euros extra per month, it's 50 euros extra per month.
Yeah, okay. Look, B, I guess?
In theory, it's quite nice what they wrote down. I would give it a B or maybe even an A. But I don't think it's realistic at all, and I don't think they will do it.
Yeah, okay.
And it doesn't. So B tops.
Yeah, I'm fighting you a bit on the realistic part, because if you have a wealth tax, we can fund anything. We are the wealthiest countries in the world. All the money sits here. If we don't lack resources, it's just that they are in the hands of a few wealthy people. So if you're serious about taxing these people, we can fund anything. But the only place where I agree with you there.
Then I agree. Yeah.
The only point I agree on in terms of lacking funding is that you don't fundamentally change the system. You cannot continue social democracy because you cannot both fund the elite and the poor through a system that only serves the elite, right? You must change the system so that it does not only serve the elite, right? All right. PDA. I'm skipping between welfare and economy to put them into one. Targeted investments in education and healthcare, focusing on quality and accessibility, scholarship programs for excellent students, and strong social safety net for vulnerable populations. And if we look at their economy, they want to
They want to what?
Simplify and reform the tax system. They want to less complexity in income/benefit interactions, and to improve net income for many households through reducing this taxation. And they want to move to a multi-bracket, more progressive tax system approach. So they actually want to tax the rich a bit more. But
like in the previous 10 years, we got rid of 2 brackets, and I want to put 2 brackets back. Like, come on.
It's not very strong, huh? Not very strong. I think this falls kind of with PVV. It's like this half neoconservative, half neoliberal. It's not going to lead anywhere.
No, it's just a reshuffle, like start again 10 years ago, and then we do it again. It's a repeat of the same. I think
it's a C. Yeah. Like, again, European parties at least have a harder time getting rid of social programs, so they do have to say they want to continue it.
Yeah.
So that's why I think this one is going to be overall positive, but none of them fundamentally challenge the system that creates these issues, right? None of them are challenging American investments coming in and ruining all of these private markets, or selling off to even China, to be honest, like selling all of our industries to China and not producing anything at home. Yeah. Like this also ruins the economy and leads to poverty, right?
And dependency as well.
Yeah, for sure. D66, increase funding in education and healthcare sectors, improve efficiency and accessibility in public services, strong welfare state for citizens in need. So kind of close to CDA here. And in terms of the economy, measures to improve koopkracht, so purchasing power for lower and middle incomes, taxing higher wealth inheritance more as part of a progressive fiscal package. Basically the exact same, to be honest. it's kind of the same. I don't see a difference between CDA and D66. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in there.
Yeah, and then this is the talk. Let's see the walk, because
usually it's very different, huh?
Yeah.
VVD. Let's see what they have in store for us.
Maybe it's also because you cannot really control economics, right? You're also like a country like the Netherlands. We are not the one who is defining how the next 10 years are gonna look on an economic in an economic sense.
That's but if we divorce ourselves from America, then we could have more power.
A little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, also like China and stuff, like you have all these countries that did not have naturally just a lot of economic activity. They used their economic activity. They smartly planned how they were going to interact with the global economy, and then scraped all those resources, and instead of giving it to their elites, gave it back into society in social programs, Okay. VVD emphasizes efficiency, pro-market reforms, and measures to reduce government spending. Reforms to increase efficiency in public services, which basically means cutting, let's be honest. Individual responsibility and self-reliance. Get out of here. This is a fucking joke.
Zoek het zelf maar uit.
Yeah. Radical economic growth and working must pay. So this is the idea of you must sustain life through working, basically.
Because the VVD is now here for de gewone werkende Nederlander, as they say. Yes.
Yeah. And boosting growth, reducing red tapes, and keeping costs down for households who work. I don't know how you're going to reduce costs if everything is about deregulation. And pro-growth tax policy and cutting bureaucracy. Yeah, so exactly. So you want to decrease bureaucracy and regulation. You want to decrease taxation on the wealthy and the corporations. And at the same time, you expect prices for consumer goods to fall. Complete nonsense. This is the core of the issue that has led us to where we are. Yeah. This is neoliberalism and conservatism at its finest. This is an
they
easy.
Deserve the F.
Yeah, this is an easy F for me. Like the new populist right-wing parties, at least they try to
pander at least a little bit. Try to make it seem like they are gonna give you some benefits, some investment in education or healthcare. But these guys, they are not even trying anymore.
Yeah.
No.
And then we have 21, reducing government spending on public services, very much the same. Reforms to increase efficiency, again, that's basically cutting. And the other points, large simplification of the tax system, here it goes, has previously argued to abolish Box 2 and for removing inheritance tax and gifting tax as part of a tax cutting approach. Major reduction for business tax and shareholder tax as well. So
what are we gonna be taxing then?
What the fuck, man?
They are just gonna abolish the state, or what? I might vote for them now. If they just abolish the state, then that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
There's the Donald Trump vote coming back, right? This is what a disaster, man. What an absolute disaster. I mean, what does this achieve? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
And who does this even? Maybe the people who vote for them also don't read their program, I guess.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The funny difference between VVD and 21. VVD they have the same policies, but VVD is saying we're doing these policies in the benefit of the working man. 21 is basically saying no, this is for the shareholders. Hey,
give it up for the shareholders.
Yeah. Woo, if we had FF, I would put it there.
Yeah,
but for now they can share the box with VVD.
SP. They should do something really radical for me now.
Hopefully. National health insurance. Investments in public services, including healthcare and education. Reimbursing additional services like dental visits, physiotherapy, children's classes, blah, blah, blah. Free access to higher education and increased funding for research. This is very much the same.
Who was it?
Yeah, I might have actually copied it wrong now that I look at it.
PVDA or?
Yeah, but I think the big difference is that they want to nationalize, or not nationalize, but have a national healthcare. What was the word again? National health insurance.
Yeah, and not the private one.
Exactly.
We have now.
So that's the main problem, the difference. The other points I think I copied wrong from the GroenLinks.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. They want lower VAT and block price rises on essentials and other direct measures to reduce household bills.
But how?
They want so through direct measures. I guess that would be price controls.
Okay.
And lower VAT, kind of the same as PVV there. They want to tax the very rich. They want a millionaire's tax, so 5% on fortunes above 5 million. A wealth cap for the extreme fortunes, 50 million and above.
That's nice. I like
through
that.
taxation, yeah.
Yeah.
And investing revenue from wealth taxes into public services and measures to increase wages and social protections. We're getting there. We're
Sounds
getting
like
there.
A plan.
This is the first time today that I've felt radically positive about anything.
yeah, I can agree. This has some substance. It's about
this for me is an A. The only thing that could make it an S is the dismantling capitalism. But this is getting pretty close. When you put a wealth cap, you're putting a cap on capitalism, which honestly, if I have to be fully honest, I think is even better than pure communism. Is saying, let's use the benefit of capitalism, but cap it so that you can only benefit as an individual to this point. Yeah. After that, everything you earn will go to the benefit of society. I love it. Yeah. I love it. Denk. Let's see. I need to scroll.
I'm curious to know what they think about this.
Yeah. Wait. Do you mind pressing record one more time?
Yeah.
This should be the last time. Before we jump into Denk. The bathroom, you can go through this door, right? Or is it closed? Oh. It's spooky? No, impossible. Damn. We're dealing with ghosts in the building. Be careful, guys. You never know. The Ya-21 ghost. Okay. I can't really pause because we're still on the... Yeah. But go through this and be careful the cat doesn't run out, huh? She's in here. She didn't run. I was looking. I'm not sure.
Whoops.
She was under the couch before, if you check. We have... but don't leave the door open. Okay. Is the... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just close the door behind you when you... Fantastic. All right. Denk.
Dunk. Did they really think about it? That's the question.
I like the name. Denk means think in Dutch, and it means equality in Turkish.
Ah.
Yeah, it's pretty smart, huh?
Ah, I never knew even.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart dog whistle.
Yeah.
Reduce discrimination and promote equality in public services. Investments in healthcare and education to benefit marginalized communities. Inclusive policies in welfare and public services. Housing and income support. Fair share of prosperity and targeted assistance. So support for pensioners, low-income households to ease cost of living pressures. Again, band-aids.
Yeah.
These are band-aids.
Yeah. And very specific band-aids for that matter. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, I think these are like band-aids specific to immigrant communities as well, right? Yeah. Especially the old Turkish wave of Turkish migrants from 70s and 80s that might be entering their pension era now. Yeah. Like this is what they're probably thinking about, right?
Yeah.
So again, I don't know. Band-aids maybe not as effective as GroenLinks, to be honest.
Because it's not generalized. It's very specific, about reducing inequality between the migrants and the non-migrants, and then focusing on the older people. Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but it's just no solution at all. And it feels a bit like pandering to their own base too much as well, like a populist kind of move.
I'm gonna put it at C if you don't mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It's not good at all.
Yeah, and this is the funny thing, right? Here we have PVV step in step with all these centrist and sometimes left parties. Interesting. Okay, the Animal Party, investments in sustainable and ethic healthcare practices, education reforms to promote environmental awareness and ethics, policies to reduce animal exploitations in public services.
Yeah.
So, wait. It's not over. It's not over. See, stronger taxation on large inheritance and fortunes. Okay, now we're talking. Treating large inheritance more like income, raising inheritance and gift tax, moving to better tax large wealth holdings, including a national register to track big fortunes.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Exactly.
Transparency is always good.
Wealth/estate tax as funding, used as funding for social and ecological transition that also reduce households' exposure to cost pressures. Look, love taxation on the rich. We definitely need it. Is it as strong as SP's? Unfortunately not. But it is better than GroenLinks, I would say.
It is a bit surprising for me that this party who's talking about abolishing these exploitative systems that are put onto animals, right?
Yeah.
And then they are not talking about systemic change in this, even when it comes to this subject at all.
Yeah.
And that would be my first thought, is that like you need to destroy these industries and the way they operate to liberate these animals as well, right? But they just say we want to stop the exploitation of animals, but that's not possible without changing the whole system. So it's weird that you don't mention it.
Yeah, exactly. It's you're not mentioning why all this exploitation is happening. Also, the exploitation of people. We're also animals, by the way.
Yeah.
So what happened to that?
I mean, the animal rights thing can be the perfect gateway drug into anti-capitalist thinking as well, right? But they don't use it.
I feel like their agenda is less socialist than it used to be. Reading it now, I think this goes on a B for me. I think it's very much step in step with GroenLinks. They're a bit more aggressive on wealth taxation. I think that's a great idea, but
good.
It's not convincing me fully. Yeah,
and it's so weird how it started out with all the ecological investment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but not the first thing I would think of.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put that there.
Good.
Yeah. Can I be annoying and ask you to adjust your microphone a bit, because it's pointing like very high up? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then when you turn to talk, you're like ignoring a bit there. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
The last one, or the penultimate one, as they say. Volt. Oh my god, man. I had such, like, Nes can tell you, but when I was preparing for this and I was reading them out loud.
Do not reference people outside of the cameras.
Sorry. But I was at home and I was reading the policy proposals and I started laughing, like, out loud at some times, because it's just ridiculous, man. So here's what
Ness is nodding. I'm acknowledging her.
Yeah. This is what Volt has in store to fix the economy. Improve solutions, innovative solutions to improve efficiency in public services.
Which innovative solution? Tell me the solution. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, investments in education and healthcare to promote sustainability.
Of course, perfect, nice. Yes.
Digitalization and modernization in public services.
Yeah, we did that for the past 20 years.
I think we're quite far in that already.
It helped a lot. It helped a lot with depersonalizing the contact with civil servants.
Exactly. Simplification, a fairer tax system, and European coordinated approaches to taxations that include taxing wealth.
Wait, you went too fast. Do it again.
So, a fairer tax system and European coordinated approaches to taxation that includes taxing wealth/wealth-related inequalities, it says here, but basically wealth-related holdings, I guess.
Wealth-related inequality.
Okay. Yeah. Look, the last point. Okay, I have to give them.
It's almost in the right direction, right?
I have to give them credit. They're the only ones saying we need to approach taxation on a European level. Otherwise, they can just go to Cyprus and register there, right? Ideally on a global level. So look, you get bonus points there, but leading with that the problem with welfare right now is that it's not modern enough, it's not digitalized enough. Get the fuck out of here. But I'm sorry, but Netherlands is one of the most digitalized countries. That's not the issue. The issue is that you're not taxing heavy enough. So they're bringing that up, but then what are they going to do with that taxation? Only really focus on environmental friendliness. Okay, but that's fine.
And health and education, right?
Yeah, health and education, but it's nowhere near as radical as something like SP or even GroenLinks, to be honest. GroenLinks. So by the end of this, I will learn how to say it. So I'm not convinced. I don't know. C or B for me.
I mean, especially if you have like the European platform and you can be like setting the European agenda maybe on this or finding some kind of cohesion across Europe, then do something that means anything.
SP saying 5% tax on anything above I don't remember how many million, 2 million I think it was. Very strong, you know.
And concrete,
yeah.
Like also you can check if they fulfill their promise, if they implement their policy, and all the other policies are so vague that you can't even check if they try to implement it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the C on this one. If you're happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. I'm really not happy with Volt, but that's it.
Interesting, there's no D on this platform, but okay. Buy one, tell me, what buy ain? What is their do you know their economic welfare policies?
I don't know.
Well, they're anti-capitalist, right? So let's just put them in S. No,
just say anti-capitalist and we will like you.
Basically.
We will vote for you. That's that easy.
No, I don't.
You can get it that easily, right?
Yeah, it would be nice to know if they have a wealth tax or something in store.
Yeah. So let me have a look if I have something in my notes about it.
Yeah, that would be...
The thing is, I make my notes like per party and not per point. So that's why I couldn't use them so much.
No worries, but if you have notes on buy one maybe, or buy ain, then maybe we can have a look there. For the viewers, I'm going to quickly switch through. So this is...
So just the summary of their entire thing, I guess, then a bit. Rent caps, 1 million social homes, free public transport, max prices on essentials, nationalized healthcare, ecocide criminalized, Palestine full BDS,
yes,
treat Israeli government as perpetrator of genocide.
We're gonna get to that in a second, but on economic policy, that's beautiful. That's nationalized health. I'm gonna put them beside SP.
They deserve it.
Yeah,
they just have to show us that they are able to like make it, not even implement it, but put it on the political agenda. These kind of policies.
Yeah,
not even implement, just put them on the agenda, and we're happy.
Yeah, lovely things. All right, so that was it for economy and welfare. Last one.
Whoop.
This is gonna be foreign policy, and I put emphasis in my notes on NATO spending, American attachments, and obviously Ukraine, because it's the big war in Europe right now, and obviously the genocide on Palestine. So these are the main issues I looked at. I have quite some notes for each, but let's try to run through it as quickly as we can. Yeah.
We can like put a lot of them in F almost immediately.
Yeah. Right. So PVV, they want F. Yeah, no longer... Wait. I'll quickly read the notes and then we can just say it. Okay. No longer explicitly demands a Dutch Nexit, so they want to stay in Europe.
Oh, they folded on that.
Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. But it still emphasizes restoring Dutch national sovereignty within the EU. Increase defense spending only if it also benefits citizens. Not sure what that's supposed to mean. And... declined to join certain declarations of solidarity with Ukraine. So interesting there. So there's some stuff there that's okay, or not okay, but it's less terrible than for example the conservative parties. But then when you get to Israel, just like with all of these populist parties, they go full Zionist, full genocidal maniacs. So for
just kill all the babies. That's basically their
argument. Yeah. So for that they land comfortably in F. GroenLinks, PVDA, strong integration into Europe, including strengthening EU defense collaboration.
Increasing collaboration, I agree with that.
And they want to promote European autonomy. So that I kind of
That's
like.
Good.
Fulfilling NATO commitments and strengthening European pillar of NATO. Well, yeah, these two things go.
NATO who?
How can we have an independent Europe and then also want to be part of NATO? Come on, man. Come on, man. Get the fuck out. Okay. Active and continued financial, military, and humanitarian support for Ukraine. Defend against undue Chinese influence and support trade and human rights monitoring in China.
Chinese influence. That's what we're worried about.
Yeah, instead of American.
Being undermined by China. Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And the recognition of a Palestinian state and demand strong Dutch foreign policy. Demand a strong Dutch foreign policy based on international law in Gaza and Palestinian in the context of Gaza, Palestine. And now they're saying arms embargo, suspension of military exports. But this support has been very tacit and it came very late.
Yes.
They're still very much pro-NATO. So they have some genuine anti-imperialist ideas or sentiments. No, not anti-imperialist, sorry. Pro-humanitarian.
Yeah, I guess that's a better way of putting it.
Pro-human life, but because they don't tie it to any anti-imperialist action.
Falls flat.
It falls flat.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we should continue the system of imperialism and bombardment of people. But when you bomb them, be nice. Like do it in a nice way. Like that's.
No, but although here they already disproved themselves in a way, like adhering to international law. Okay, that should be like the basics, and they will claim that they already did this in the past as well. But then how come after the International Court of Justice decided that there's a plausibility of genocide in Gaza, how come that was not the point when you start talking about weapons embargo if you want to adhere to? So them saying this ridiculous. Now, it's so meaningless because they already proved that they don't.
So this is I don't know. I like the pro-European stance. That's a nice development. You would never hear that from center-left parties before. Or you did, but like way back in the 70s or in the 60s. Like it's been a long time. In the 2090s that went away. So for that, I would redeem them to C. Yeah. I think they're a C. Yeah. Yeah. CDA, pro-EU, pro-sovereignty, pro-NATO and EU-NATO collaboration. Moral duty to support Ukraine in its fight for freedom. Ukraine must itself decide any future membership of EU/NATO. So we're not going to block it for them. And of course, they are pro-Israel. Israel will only recognize Palestine at the right time if they lay down their weapons and recognize Israel. Slight criticism on Israel in terms of humanitarian law. Disaster.
This last part puts them in F. Like,
yeah, disaster. Also, like pro-Ukraine and that they must decide themselves. I get it, but I feel like we should have a voice in that because Ukraine joining NATO or the EU has an implication in terms of if we are going to be sent to fight against Russians. So I feel like if my life is being put on the line, I should be able to have a voice in that decision.
They worded it in a way that makes it seem like, we don't want to force them, but then it becomes we force you, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like if Ukraine gets to willy-nilly join NATO, that puts my life in danger.
And who decides in Ukraine? Because Zelensky is like a dictator. If he decides, it's... And I don't like the moral duty to protect Ukraine as well, because it sounds similar to like Israel has the right to protect itself. Like, this country inherently needs to be protected, and no,
it depends fully on the context of the country. If they have our values in terms of humanitarian law, anti-imperialism, then of course equality, right? Like human rights. But if they don't, then less so. D66 pro. EU favoring deeper European cooperation, including defense security.
Yeah.
Importance of NATO, but also the need for a strong European pillar and integration of European defenses. Supports Ukraine and inclusion into the European security architecture. So they're not saying NATO, but the European security architecture. Reducing dependence on China, aligning with like-minded countries, including the US, on values and trade. Yeah. And last but not least, human rights, international law, and advocates for a balanced policy in the Israel-Palestine conflict. Wow. How giving, huh?
Like, I want to give them worse than an F because it's so hypocritical.
Oh my God.
Because it's
this makes me lose my mind.
Yeah. You are showing your ass. Like, what are you doing?
They go and they say, no, we need to be more friendly to the US. We need to be scared of China. But guys, humanitarian law. And don't forget, when it comes to the genocide, we have to be balanced between the guys killing babies and the babies being killed. Yes. You know, like we cannot side with one person. It's
always important to avoid offending a genocidaire.
Right.
Because that's the worst thing you could do.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is straight to F. I don't know.
yeah. They deserve
straight to
it.
F.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else we can say there. VVD, the old conservatives, opposes Nexit or flirting with Russia. So this is their response to PVV. This is their main differences, right? Promotes a strong Europe that ensures Dutch security and prosperity. Supports meeting NATO commitments. Also emphasizes Dutch security first and a strong European defense contribution. Pro-Ukraine, condemning Russian aggression. Reinforcing sanctions, cooperating with allies, so sanctions on Russia. China is a systemic rival. The Netherlands, Europe must reduce dependency on Chinese technologies and protect vital infrastructure aligned with like-minded countries like the US, again, on security. And last but not least, very much pro-Israel, has not really criticized them at all because of their, on a humanitarian basis. Another F, I guess. Yeah, there's not, these are almost all the same, right? Yeah. And this is what you see, right? Like with European democracy, look at how things shift and how, like when we look at other issues, there is a lot more diversity in thought. But when we look at, when it comes to military force violence, all of the parties are always aligned. We are the military dogs of the United States, and that's what we do. Yeah. And we will not counter this even in the face of a genocide, right?
Yeah. Not an inch.
Not an inch. Yeah. Yeah, 21, again, Eurosceptical in certain respects, such as being cautious about further EU-NATO enlargement. So here they're so conservative that they're almost like PVV. But they want closer ties with Israel and advocating moving the Dutch embassy to Jerusalem. Stronger support for allies such as Israel and Taiwan. This is again like, here you really see this is the most elitist party that we have in the Netherlands, and of course they are the ones most aggressive on supporting Israel. Yeah, this is the European elite, just like the American elite, very much step in step with Israel, right? Easy F.
Trash.
Yeah. Let's see.
Finish him.
Let's see if we can recover any hope with last few leftist parties here. Yeah. So-called leftist parties. Okay, I have a lot of points on SP.
Wow. Okay. They have a really fleshed out foreign policy?
Apparently.
Wow.
Critical of deeper EU integration, prioritizing national control and social justice. In 2020, social justice. In 2025, they emphasized less EU militarization and more focus on peace diplomacy. So here, it's funny that they are actually similar to PVV and JA21 in terms of being EU skeptical. But they're going one step further and saying the the military integration is also problematic. Skeptical of large escalation in defense spending or aggressive NATO posture. Emphasizes diplomacy over arms. Finally, one place where we don't want to bomb everyone, to force them into submission, and instead we want to do diplomacy. Yeah. Supports Ukraine.
Wait, is this the first time we hear the word diplomacy at all?
Yeah, crazy, right? Yeah. These Western democracies that always shit on the rest
NATO,
of the world for
military spending, more arms, but diplomacy is the first time we hear it.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah. supports Ukraine politically but calls for a negotiated peace and is cautious about unlimited military escalation. First time as well that we're using diplomacy to end the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think, hey, let's try it. We've been fighting for 3 years now? 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, at least 3. Because 2022 was the end of COVID, and that's when this all started. So it's now 3 years for sure. Yeah.
Last 2 points here. Emphasizes independent foreign policy, less dependency on superpower blocs, and prioritizes social justice and peace over alignment with the US.
Thank you.
Finally, prioritizes, that's still weak. I want a full condemnation of the US. I mean, who, like, you're a socialist party, but you don't condemn the Trump government? Like, okay. Strong support for Palestinian rights, human rights, and international law. I'll wait for this thesis to end over here. Sorry, I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but yeah. Strongly supportive of Palestinian rights, as I said. They call for a full recognition of Palestine and a more active Dutch role in diplomacy rather than militarized support, and an arms embargo on Israel.
Whoa.
So this has moved quite far since 2 years ago, which is a welcome development. Again, they're saying they're skeptical of the US, not fully condemning them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Are you feeling happy about this?
I can also imagine that for a party like this, they are not going to write the Communist Manifesto when they write this party program. So maybe they choose their words carefully as well.
Right.
It is clear what their position is, that at least they prioritize the human rights and humanitarian law above cooperation with the US. It depends how you would interpret it. For me, the only way to interpret that is to cut the ties and to become independent from them, but maybe they interpret it a different way. So
right. Yeah, I think it's the only one that is, again, the first one's mentioning diplomacy instead of militarism. The first one's mentioning prioritizing something other than US alignment.
Yeah.
So all of these are positives. Do they go far enough? Not at all. B?
A solid B.
I think a solid B, yeah.
We might get one that's better, hopefully.
Ooh, coming. Okay, let's look at Denk. Supports EU cooperation, but emphasizes it must respect cultural diversity. Supports alliances, but emphasizes that military policy must be combined with human rights policy. Supports Ukraine in principle, but also emphasizes dialogue and not escalating the conflicts. Interesting. Balanced multilateral approach, less bloc thinking.
Okay, that's good.
Emphasizes human rights and development again. Strongly supports Palestinian self-determination, recognition of a state for Palestine, and a balanced peace process that respects human rights, and is for stronger sanctions on Israel than the other parties when they talk about weapons embargoes.
When they talk about peace process, I do kind of get an allergic reaction.
Yeah, that's the sneezing.
Yeah, I think it's well intentioned from them, but it's still the word peace process. Just it gives me so much whitewash vibes at this moment that it still makes me puke a little.
Look, I don't know. It's not as nice as the SP, to be honest. Like this. Saying we're placing, well, actually they're kind of the same, but less strongly worded.
Yeah, they aren't outspoken because they are more like striking the balance, right? So yes, we do support Ukraine in their war to protect themselves, but we prefer to solve it in a diplomatic way. It's like choosing neither or both.
Yeah, like they're actually saying very similar things, but again, SP is saying it much more aggressively. Say, no, we need to prioritize human law over the US.
Yeah.
This one is saying prioritize the US and human law.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So that's the difference. Is one is saying both, one is saying one over the other. Yeah. So does this land in C or do we put it still in B, do you think?
I think it should get C.
Okay.
I did like SP quite a lot better.
Yeah. Me too. Let's keep it in C. I think it's the same as
Did they mention anything about the NATO spending?
No, not that I saw. Yeah. The Animal Party, we have support strong EU cooperation, especially in sustainability. Less on detailed military integration. Supports. So
I was watching the chat. It's been there for a long time.
Yeah,
there's PVV is S.
Yeah, I saw the only comment we got from this whole live stream is PVV equals S.
One PVV bot found us finally.
Wrong. Yeah. But I wish I could have called him out when he said it, that we could have had more interaction. That would have been fun. But yeah. Let's see what the Animal Party is saying. Support collective security, but with a strong emphasis on diplomacy, disarmament, and international law over military escalation. Disarmament. That's the first time we hear that one.
Yeah, but they say disarmament while agreeing to the 5% NATO.
Right.
So that's weird.
Supports Ukraine's sovereignty and peace, but emphasizes negotiated solutions and humanitarian support.
Yeah.
Emphasis on human rights, ecological transition, and sees both China and the US through those lenses. So they favor global cooperation over power blocks, let's say, but opposition to large trade deals that favor big companies over people. This one was a pretty interesting point that I didn't see until now.
Yeah.
So that one I'm a big fan of. The idea that these globalized trade deals is ruining the ecology as well, the environment. And on Palestine, strongly supports Palestinian rights, the recognition of a Palestinian state, and advocates a just peace process, emphasizing international law and human rights, explicitly calls the Gaza situation a genocide, and wants sanctions on Israel. So that's, in that sense, in terms of criticizing Israel, they've been one of the strongest voices, right?
Yeah, they have been. Yeah. But there's some contradiction in their ideology now that they agree to the NATO 5% spending.
Yeah.
They try to justify it by saying, well, it's because we want to increase the independence of Europe. And so in that sense, I agree, because I don't mind that much military spending if it enables European cooperation and European independence. Actually, that's been my opinion for 10 plus years now.
No, definitely.
So that's something I'm against. But if we're going to be spending it in this way in NATO, it's just going to benefit the US. Because that's why they force us to.
So, exactly. Like the main reason we have NATO and that we are under the thumb of the Americans is because we outsourced our defense to them and said, your guys are going to defend us from all the consequences of our neo-colonialism, right?
Yeah.
And so then we go around causing havoc through private companies around the world, sometimes also through our intelligence services, like in Palestine, for example. And then when that starts to bite us in the ass, we need the US to protect us. So then we cannot do anything that goes against them, which is a disaster. Last time I'm going to ask you to press the camera. And then we're almost done, so that should be it. But one more time, I think it was on sleep mode. Perfect. Okay. So what's the verdict here on the Animal Party? I think...
I mean, they can get a B for their Palestine and the trade part, like you said. But other than that, I don't find it too impressive. It's maybe an A, not still.
No, I think B is fair. Yeah. All right, Volt.
Get ready to be disappointed. That should be their slogan.
Yeah, get ready to be disappointed. Seriously, as I said, when they first started out, they were like, "Fuck America." That was like basically what they were saying. Yeah. And now let's see where they turn now, right? Strongly pro-European, of course, they're the European Party. Supports deeper EU integration, including in foreign policy, defense, and perhaps common military frameworks.
Perhaps. Okay.
Maybe even a federal system. So basically uniting Europe into one country, let's more or less. Supports NATO, but places emphasis on European security autonomy. Interesting. I don't know how those two work together. Supports Ukraine and believes Europe must take stronger responsibility. So of course, as a very pro-European, they're also very pro-Ukraine. Reduce dependency on single powers. Wants a coordinated European line towards China. and engage with the US, but on equal footing. So do you understand? They went from fuck the US to now saying, okay, fine, we'll be friends with the US, but we need to have a little more power in this negotiation so that we're not just their dogs, you know? So we went from let's not be their dogs to let's be their friends. Which
it's still uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be friends with them, I think. Not me at least, so
yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. And then publicly, as I said, they say they support human rights, international law, supports recognition of a Palestinian state. They call for Netherlands to take a leadership role in international diplomacy. So on paper, this is what they're saying, but we know from behind the scenes that they don't give a fuck about Palestine. So
and if you ask them, they will say very loudly that they have been big supporters of a weapons embargo, even though they never voted in favor of one. Remember that, please.
Yeah.
When they come to you again and say, but we support a weapons embargo, ask for their track record on voting on these proposals, because they voted against. Why? Yeah. Because of some made-up story about Iron Dome parts. They went with some kind of red herring by the Zionist lobby, and they ran with it to excuse voting against a weapons embargo on Israel, and they should be punished for it. So.
Yeah, so this is the trend of Volt, right? It's like their people, their movement, very much aligned with what we're seeing in SP and the Animal Party, but they have all these red herrings, as you're calling it out, exactly what it is. And all these systems in place to make sure that they don't actually pursue those policies, but instead say, okay, we want equal footing with the US. We want a Palestinian state, but we're not going to vote for it right now. We want embargoes on Israel, but not today, you know.
At first, we need to make sure that their defensive capabilities are in order. Come on.
Ridiculous,
like,
man.
We're not that stupid. Well, some of us are, but...
Clearly. Is this a C or a D?
I think I want to go D.
Yeah, I think I want to go D. This can, look, federal system, I don't really care. I'm sorry. Like, I used to
it's just
care,
a name.
Yeah, like, if we want to integrate Europe and blah, 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 like, okay.
Federal, confederal, like, there's different ways. It's just a name of a system, but cooperation is great.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should put that on C. Just, would it be cool to have a European country instead of all these smaller countries?
Look, right now we're being played against each other, and also that's the extradition request of Mustafa is another example of that. Right. We have so much trust between these countries, and whenever there comes an extradition request, we just fulfill it easily.
Right.
Or in the European, and so it makes it very easy to undermine us right now, and it's happening as well. So it's easy for a foreign power to put a suspicion on someone and then get them extradited. So they can, if they convince one European nation to open investigation against someone, then all the other countries in the EU are going to follow with their Europol, with their European arrest warrant. And in the Parliament and the Commission, for example, where sometimes things have to be voted on based on consensus, then they just need to convince Hungary to vote against. And they have our whole union by the balls. And we are, so the way we've set it up now makes it too easy to undermine us and play us against each other. That's the only thing I don't like. I do like the diversity.
I do think we would have more strength if we were united as a real federal system or even a country. For this, okay. I can't do it. I was going to say put Volt in C just because of the federal idea. They're the only ones out of all of these saying it.
At least they mention it, yeah.
But the backstabbing behavior, oh my goodness. But let's be honest, in GroenLinks PVDA, you probably have some of the same dynamics going on, right?
Yeah, this is a pretty similar bunch.
Yeah, so...
Maybe we feel better if we throw GroenLinks PVDA in D as well.
Yeah. You know what, that might be... Yeah,
just fight space. Just fight space.
You know what? That fixed it. That fixed it perfectly.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. Yeah, because we forget, right? Like, again, these countries are talking, like, we're framing it from a perspective of the deep pessimist reality that we live in, right? That there's a genocide going on, and all of these big parties don't give a single fuck.
Yeah.
And the center-left parties are saying, let's do a military embargo, arms embargo. That is still not a full sanction, like you would with Iran.
Yeah.
And they're committing genocide.
Yeah.
So these same parties probably vote in favor of sanctions against Iran, North Korea, Russia, but they won't do it for Israel.
Yeah.
So let's be that's actually, so that's nowhere near enough, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's just that they seem like they are advocating for someone because the others are really not doing anything or even supporting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, they are the polar opposite, but it's still, well, they are the polar opposite within the political spectrum.
Yeah.
And the political spectrum is just skewed towards pro-imperialism and pro-Israel.
Yeah. I would even put the Animal Party down to C. Okay, let's not touch the rest. Now by 21.
Get hypercritical now.
Yeah, let's go to by 1. Tell me their foreign policy.
Yeah, well, this is just about Palestine. What I have here.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Full BDS.
Nice. So, you see, this is full BDS, so full boycott, divestment, and sanctions on everything, not just.
Because even like sanctioning current trade doesn't address all the investment by pension funds.
So this is promising,
treat the Israeli government as perpetrator of genocide.
Nice.
Government, I don't know, I want to replace it with state, but
okay.
Yeah. And persecute war criminals in the Netherlands.
Wow.
Radical thought.
Radical thought.
Radical thought.
Persecuting war criminals. Yeah. Who would have thought?
I had this problem yesterday when I saw Tawfik Dibi, he's now the leader of this party, right? Speaking on some program about his policy.
Yeah.
And you see how everybody is like, wow, this is amazing. Amazing, how do you say, ideology or whatever, or like perspective. And when you think about it critically for a few seconds, you realize it's just basic humanity.
Yeah.
And somehow this has become radical politics.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I would put them on A.
Yeah, they can get an A because really they need to prove themselves as well.
Yeah, I think this is, again, I feel like this is too lenient overall. I feel like one of these two needs to fall to C as well. I feel like okay, I'm gonna last change. I would say Animal Party should go down to C. I feel like this is too optimistic.
I support you.
Yeah, yeah. Like, look, you're calling out.
They were a little bit worse than SP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, you're calling out all these things, but you're not seriously challenging. Like, the only reason why SP just gets over the line is because they're saying, no, guys, we need to prioritize this over US alignment, you know? Animal Party is still saying both, and you cannot have both. These things are directly contradictory.
So there's still a little bit more about the frame of Bijeen. Their politics does focus a lot on racism, imperialism, and predatory capitalistic structures.
Exactly. So that's where the real policies are, right? Getting rid of these structures that are victimizing so many people across the world. Yeah. Fantastic. Look, I just want to quickly run through our charts and see if we want to change what we started with.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is how we started, with by 1 being S tier. So let's see actually if we still agree on that, because we have. So the first thing we did was immigration. They were A.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it comes to what was the second thing we did? Damn, it's been such a long live stream. No, that was the third. Housing. On housing, they're A. On economics, they're A.
Mm-hmm.
And on foreign policy, they're A. So can they really be an S tier party?
No. Also, right? They don't have seats.
Oh, yeah.
Push them down to A. Kick them down. Yes, so let them work for it. Let them work for our vote.
Respect. So we have no S-tier parties in the fucking Netherlands. There's no good option.
The Communist Party. Why did you put them in D? They were S, right?
Yeah, because they're not participating in the fucking elections.
Well, let's change that. Now they're S.
So this
the party that's not participating is doing the best. No.
Honestly, on all the policies we mentioned, they would have, but okay, they're not available. But okay, let's look at SP, right? So we said they're A tier, but when it comes to immigration, they're B. When it comes to housing, they're B.
Ooh.
When it comes to the economy, they're A. So that's the strongest point.
Yeah.
And when it comes to foreign policy, they're B. So
they should be B.
Yeah, we have overall B, right? Yeah.
I think it's gonna end up with
everything shifting down by one. But hey, I think we cannot say they're bad on all B on all policies and then overall A. This is just optimism. Yeah. Okay.
Animal B Party is still decent.
Yeah. It's barely making it on the line of the positive side, but okay. Then we have the Animal Party. Again, we put them in B when it comes to immigration. B when where are they here? F when it comes to the housing. Yeah, no solutions at all.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Economy, they're at solid B. And foreign policy C. Oh, this is so depressing.
We should lower them as well.
Then this is almost a C, right? Because they have one F.
Yeah.
And
the
one
F
C.
is dragging them down, but they didn't do so good in general, actually.
Yeah,
they don't have a really strong program.
This is a B or a C. Oh, that's so sad. I mean,
yeah, they do have to perform worse than SP because they performed worse than SP, so they have to be C.
They have to be C.
We cannot justify a B. We have to be strict. This is a very serious list.
Yeah, this is. Exactly. No, we have to be professionals, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, we went through the most important policies, and they're not okay.
They're not doing great.
To be fair, environmentalism was not on our board.
Yeah.
So if that would have been one of the policies, they would have scored higher. I guess.
They put environmentalism into almost every party point.
But if we framed it through solving the environment crisis, then maybe they would have gotten more points. But I don't know for you, but for me, it's not. Oof, I'm gonna get backlash for that. Right now, for me, it's not one of the main things. I mean, I'm sorry if we're dying in our economy, if people cannot afford to live, and there's a genocide going on, there's stuff that's more important.
But also, it's not something where we have to choose, because dismantling these capitalist systems and these exploitative systems and this mass waste of resources, that's part of it. That's also going to be the solution to the climate crisis. But it's not something that I'm so strongly drawn towards to be fighting for. Yeah. But it's the same issue, I think.
It's also in the lens of the Netherlands, right? Like housing is its own category because housing is just ridiculously expensive here, right? Like it's really affecting people. Okay. Denk, we put at a B. So their immigration policy B. Their housing policy D. Oh no. Their economic policy C. And their foreign policy C. Oh no.
This should be C then.
2 C's, 1 D, 1 B. Yeah, that's a C.
Yeah. Sounds fair.
Oh yo. I'm gonna move this here so we can see it on screen. Okay, let's do.
I'm just looking at this list. Like
fuck.
A PVV voter thinks we're so far out of the left field, like beyond repair, right? But I think we're right still, so I don't care.
D66, we put them in C.
Okay,
let's have a look. D for D for immigration.
Immigration
makes sense. C on the economy. Okay, sorry, housing. C on the economy again. Okay, fair enough. And F when it comes to foreign policy. So that's C, F, D. So they're between C and D.
Yeah. I think we should just make it D because already their name starts with it too, so it feels right.
Perfect. Then we add them there.
Yeah.
GroenLinks. GroenLinks.
GroenLinks
and PVDA. We put them on C. I think this is the only one that's going to stay the same.
Might be.
Immigration, they're C. Housing, they're B.
Okay.
Oh, they're B on economy as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're D on... Yeah.
You can stay in C.
Yeah, D on foreign policy. So that's D, B, B.
Yeah, they will stay in C.
Yeah, they have to stay in C. Yeah, that's the average. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. If they scored a tiny bit better, they would have been B. But okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
CDA.
The Christian Democratic Appeal. They scored a D in the beginning.
Massive appeal.
Massive. I think this is gonna stay the same because we have here immigration D.
Feels right.
Yeah. Housing D. Economy C. And down here they're in foreign policy.
So the C and F are so it's D.
Yeah. Okay. Volt, the demons, the demon child.
They are right next to their older brother.
Right. Between their two brothers. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Look at. I hope they stay here. Okay. This is actually
you know we get to choose, right? Yeah. we could just choose for them to stay there. But
okay, Volt. Let's see. We put them in D. When it comes to immigration, they're C. Okay. Housing D. Economy C. And foreign policy D. So they're actually between C and D perfectly.
But we have 5 categories or 4?
4 categories.
Yeah, so they're perfectly between C and D.
Yeah.
So then we prefer D.
So then we prefer D.
Yes.
Yeah, just for the betrayal.
Because then also they are exactly because these 3 parties, they are essentially the same.
Right, exactly.
Just that Volt tries to pander to younger people and be more pro-EU. Well, D66 is also quite pro-EU.
Yeah.
And then CDA is a little bit more conservative, Christian appealing. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, they don't differ that much at all.
I have to say, man, like whatever system we did today, it's really giving me so much clarity in terms of the Dutch political system. This is fantastic. Okay, we're going to speed run these last 3. Because I think they're all gonna land in F, right? So we have, let's do one at a time. PVV, because they might actually move up. I'm scared. Immigration F, okay.
Housing
C.
Ooh.
Economy C.
Ooh.
And
that means they end up in D.
That means they end up in D.
That's so nice. I actually like it because then we are proving our point that D66 and Volt and CDA are almost just as much fascist.
Yeah.
Well, actually, of course, PVV is scoring better. I got scared.
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Someone behind the window. Yeah. But they are scoring better than F because they are populist who, of course, talk the left economic talk.
Yeah.
But they will never do it, probably.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it makes them a little bit more fascist, maybe, because they are more populist. Maybe D66, Volt, and CDA are more realistic about what they can achieve or what they really want to achieve, and PVV is selling a pipe dream.
Yeah.
So that's why they score better, but they do fit with the other parties.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to go to D. I mean, what can we do? They're terrible on 2 fronts, and maybe those fronts mean a lot to us, but housing and economy also mean a lot to us, right? So okay, PVD.
Yeah, they are gonna stay there. Yeah, so they're actually worse.
Economy D. Sorry, immigration D. Economy F. Housing F. Sorry. Economy also F, and foreign policy F.
They also scored exactly the same on all subjects. Yeah, and they end up in the F category, both of them.
Yeah. And 21, you're saying scored the exact same, or?
Yeah. They have the same.
21 is the exact same. Yeah. That's what I mean. They're the same party. They just have less framing around the working man, as the PD likes to say. So yeah,
I actually think this is the most accurate representation of Dutch politics.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, this really gave me a lot of clarity.
It is.
It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am so happy with this result in terms of like diagnosis. Yeah.
It is actually there is some truth to our score.
Considering that this one here should be removed, right? Because they're not running. And this one here is very likely not going to get a seat because they don't have enough
they
numbers.
might get a seat, but still they cannot deliver on their promise for sure.
Okay, but think about it this way. In terms, we have S, A, and B, which is the positive side. C, D, and F are all negative side. Out of all the parties that land in the positive side, you're looking at 3 to 4% of government.
Yes.
How depressing.
Yeah, this is really depressing.
How depressing.
SP is the only one that has been around for a longer time, has actually had a decent amount of seats. And even Denk and PVDA are quite disappointing.
Yeah. Honestly, PVDA used to be better. I'm surprised. I think 4 years ago they would have scored an A. Yeah.
There's still a big hole to be filled in Dutch politics, and Bijeen is currently filling that spot. I think if they are able to deliver on their promise at least a little bit, to be able to put some topics on the political agenda and to shift the overture window a little bit to the left again. Yeah.
Hey, I think there's nothing left to say. We discussed the main 4 policy pillars that we found most relevant. That's it. Yay. And now go out and vote for Bijeen.
Be surprised by the result.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting Bijeen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot vote. If I had to vote, I would have to do the same. I would have. I'm thinking if I would have potentially voted communist if they were in the game. Probably not. I would have probably gone for Bijeen still. Yeah.
This
but
is
we'll
the
never
official
know.
Voting advice, right?
Yeah, this is
for all the
not advice, endorsement, right? We're in a democracy. We cannot give voting advice, but we can endorse.
Okay. It's not advice. We endorse.
Right. That's how they do it here.
Okay.
The Eurozone is endorsing Bijeen for the Dutch Euro 2020. No, Dutch National 2025 elections. Yeah.
And we know it's not realistic, and but this is our only real option.
You have to.
At least use your vote for them, and don't waste it on GroenLinks PVDA, please. I beg you.
Yeah, if you're gonna vote for, and if you're gonna vote for CDA, Volt, or D66, you might as well vote for the PVV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
because they will collaborate with the PVV in a coalition government if they have to, and they will just
these 4 demons would love to rule the country together. They would honestly, like, if you remove all other parties, these 4 demons would love to be the new leaders of Europe, you know. Holy shit. Okay, that's I think that's enough from us.
With the results someday.
Yeah, we're gonna have to review how people actually voted. I think that would be nice. Yeah. Take it easy. Fruits and veggies are half the battle, so don't forget to stay healthy. And it's been lovely.